Hello everyone, welcome back to the training session on technical topics, and after a short while I'm again ready for producing new videos on the technical and as well as functional topics. So meanwhile, Microsoft has awarded me with MVP award, and thanks to all my viewers. Because of them it could not be possible, and thanks to Microsoft as well. Our today's topic is related with the technical subject, and that is again SQL reporting service, and I have produced multiple videos on query based reports as well as data provider based reports. Query based reports are simpler than the data provider based reports, because in data provider base, when you have a complex business requirement which comes from various tables, and you need to put multiple joins in on those tables, then you will go for the data provider based reports, and those will involve definitely different classes to make and various other objects like temporary table and different types of objects. But in query based, only a query is involved on the basis of existing tables. So to start with, what is different in today's video is, today we will focus on basically graphs or charts. So previously I have not done any video which is basically putting any light on how to show the graphical representation of various statistics. So as you must be knowing that picture is worth 1000 words. So the top management would be much interested to see the pictures and graphs or charts rather than the statistical figures, which might be difficult to read and might need some more time to compare between various performance KPIs when it involves the sales value or quantities, or in terms of in sales department you must compare the performance of different sales people or persons on the basis of which they will get the commission or rewards. So this report will be basically highlighting the charts in SSRS, and you must be knowing that because Power BI is already available, so Microsoft is not focusing on this existing charts in SSRS, and I have not seen even a single report which basically out of the box shows any charts within SSRS, the native reports in Dynamics 365 Finance and Operation. So basically, also I think my viewers might not have seen any of the out of the box reports. So today we will focus on that report. So from the scratch we will start. As you must be knowing, there is we will make a data provider based report. For that we will first create a project for D365 Finance and Operation. Okay, and we will just name it, prefix of our project name or initials which might be used by us. So I will and this will be basically to represent the sales data available in retail module sales data. So retail sales charts. Okay, so retail sales charts will be the project name. Okay, now the project is created, and first of all we always know that we have to put it in appropriate model. So I have my own model, so I will place it in that model, that is PKR model. Okay, so project is created and it has been placed on the model, the appropriate model, and now I will need to create a temporary table to store my data during the calculation of or data manipulation. So for that I will need to create a temporary table. So I will just name as my project name PKR retail sales charts TMP. So TMP for temporary table. must give the TMP name, so that from the naming it is obvious that it is a temporary table. Then also you need to change the table type property, because by default it is a regular table, which is a persistent table, and we are interested in tempdb or temporary table. In memory, no, only temporary table. So here allow row version change tracking property is not supported on tempdb, and by default now it is being ticked, so I will need to disable this, allow row version change tracking. So where it is? Here. You need to disable this. Okay, by default, since in regular table now it is implemented, so you will face this problem. So just go again to the table type property and change to the tempdb table. Okay, so this is our table, and also you can put a label here that will be retail sales charge data. Okay, now which field we will require? Basically, first of all, we will need to have a transaction date, date. Okay, then we will have to have the store ID, that will be of a string type, and also the store name will be string type. These are the retail stores, and then if you need item ID, also it is good idea to place item ID, item name. Item name, and then because each item might be in a different unit of measure, so not necessarily all will be in kilos, maybe some are in pieces or each. So unit of measure is also important. And then basically instead of unit of measure, because we are not interested in the quantity being sold, because it can be multiple types, so we will only put a value here. So value will be of real type. This will be sales value. Okay, and then we have retail category name. Okay, and retail category name is enough. Okay, then retail category parent name. This will be for the category hierarchy or the category of the product, retail category. And then I think that's it. Store value, item name. Okay, also one of the field which is very important, and you will find these all fields which I am placing here, I will still need to put the extended data type for this as a best practice. So I will go to the extended data type, and here trans date. Here it is trans date, and you can also find the extended data type here. On the left hand side, you go to the data types. Okay, transdate is application platform. It is in application platform package. So transdate is now referred, and then for the store ID we have retail store ID. Okay, so then we have store name. We will put retail store name, I think. That's correct. And then we have item ID. Item ID is placed. Then we have item name. Item name extended data type. Then we have sales value. Here we will put amount currency for the value, because this is a decimal, can have decimal place. Then we have retail category name. Okay, that is not with this name. Let me find detail category. Okay, in view we can find the category expanded. Yeah, this is the view. Here the name is eco-res category, so we will put eco-res category, and same for the parent, eco-res category name, copy, and then also in the parent eco-res category name. Okay, so we will have the store ID, store name. Also we need operator ID, and operator ID will be, I will show you, it is basically a personal number field and the name of the employee we will also need. So for that, if you can go to the table, retail transaction table. Okay, in the retail transaction table, okay, here in the retail transaction table, okay, here go to the relationship. From the relationship you will find shift date, store table, sales group. Okay, operator ID is the column name. Okay, here is the column, and this column contains the personal ID of the employee. So the same should be available here. Yeah, this is the staff, basically retail staff ID. Okay, so same I need here to be created. So it will be string field staff ID, retail staff ID. This is for the sales commission, basically how much sold by each person. So staff ID, then extended data type, retail staff ID. Okay, this is the extended data type for this. And then we have SCM worker table. SCM worker table contains the personal number here, and so this personal number is the same field, and also we will have a view for the worker. Okay, here you will find the person and name with the party number, but actually we need the personal number. So let's find somewhere. There is a detail view. Here also it is not available. Okay, then we will need to also add the staff name, and this should be the extended data type for the employee name. Okay, SCM. HCM worker. Okay, so this is the data field of dire party table name. Dire party table name. So name comes from dire party name. So we will put here extended data type as dire party name, which can be name of a vendor, customer, employee. So this will be the extended data type for this one. Okay, so now once temporary table is created, then we need to just synchronize our project for the changes to take effect on the database side, and then we will move towards the classes. And to start with, we will start with the contract class, which is the simple class. Okay, so just right click on the project, add the new object of type class, and give the class an appropriate name. To be consistent, the name same like our project. Okay, PKR retail sales charts, and then contract. Contract will basically as a postfix that it is a contract class. Okay, so now our contract class is there. Just change the access modifiers to be public. Okay, then we will decorate our class to identify that this is a data contract class. So data contract attribute is basically added, and then since we will also require a UI builder here, because for the selection of multiple stores, so later on we will also put modify the decorator, but for now we will just start with our the variables of type date for the date range from and to date. Then we will have a list of stores for as a filter to select from, and then also we need a base enum here for the selection of various designs. So for now I will create a base enum. Base enum is just data type, and that can be a short integer, small integer, to identify literals of various choices, because now we will be giving the choices for invoking various designs. For that we need a base enum. PKR retail sales charts, okay, and charts design. So we will need here at least 2 elements. So this element will be store. So we will basically plan that our report will show us the value by store in the chart. So it will be the store wise. Okay, the second choice can be for example item category wise. Okay, so maybe I am not able to complete the other design because now we will be focusing only one design, that is store wise, but I am just giving the name here, and in the label also to show that it is store wise value. So this store wise, no need to put the value, only store wise is enough, and here I will put category wise. So this will show that the different design will show the value store wise and then category wise based on the specific date range. So how the stores are performing, or which categories are in top seller categories So these are the two values which I have put here, and the same name of base enum I can declare here. Retail sales chart design by. Okay, so for the indentation it is better to put in the same level. Okay, so after this we will need a param method. So first param method will be for the from date. The return type is transaction date, param from date, and then we need to also pass a variable if necessary to make it up, and as a best practice, and it should start with underscore and then camel case for the variable name, and the same variable is assigned to make it optional. That is the public variable here, global variable here, and then we will assign the passed value, that is with underscore, to the global variable, and also return the same global variable here. Also we will need to decorate this param method as, so we need to decorate it through the brackets, data member attribute. Okay, then we will also need sys operation label attribute literal str from date. Okay, then we have sys operation help text for the hint to be displayed from date, same, and then we need to put the sequence of how to display this attribute. So we will place it on first position. Okay, after doing this you will just copy paste this for the to date as well. Okay, here just to date you will I will manually place. And also here the label will change from to date, and the sequence will be number 2 level. So I think I have quickly made another param method here, and then we will need to have a param method for the stores. So for that we will return public, first the access modifier, then the return type is list, and then we have param stores, and we'll pass a list of stores here, okay, as a parameter. Okay, so this will be again same pattern as our previous friends, and here there is one change in the decorator. I will copy this structure of decorator here, no need to again type the whole thing. And here after data member attribute I need also AIF collection type attribute, because this is for the list type, and in the list we need to basically identify the members data type in a list. So these will be of type string, because the store name will be as a string, so the position also will be 3, and the label will be stores, as well as here also we will put the stores as a label. So this is the third param-method, and then we also need one more param-method to pass the design type. Design type for which design to invoke of the report when you run the report. So for this, the return type will be our base enum charts design. Okay, then we have param design, and then in this param design we will pass the enum, and then design equals to underscore design, then return design. This is not designed by, it is design. No, actually it is designed by, it was rightly identifying that should be designed by. Okay, here also so this will be designed by variable to get the value, and the decorator here also we will copy from the top, and we will remove AIF collection here because it is not necessary, and here I will put design by, and the fourth position will be for this parameter. Okay, so this is the total definition of our contract class. Just save it, and next we will go to the controller class. Okay, so for the controller we will right click and then add the class name here, PKR retail sales charts controller. This is our controller, and then we also will need a DP class. So for DP class also I will create another class definition altogether, not to waste time. PKR retail sales charts DP. Okay, then we have a UI builder also. I will put here PKR retail sales charts UI builder. Okay, so all the classes definition I have created. So now to start with, we will just start with the DP class, I believe, because DP class is the data provider class which will basically calculate the business logic. So for this also I will replace the access modifier to public for all the classes. So going to the DP class here, what I need to do is, first of all, in the DP class I need to put a decorator to tell this DP about the contract class which it will be using. So SRS report parameter attribute, this will be class str retail sales charge contract. Okay, so this is the contract class which will be used in this DP class. So this DP class will also extend the SRS report data provider base class to use the functionality as the feature of inheritance. So all the features of parent class will also be available to our child class. So first of all, then I will need to declare here is our temporary table. So the name of temporary is this one, and I will put the local variable name as temp table. Then we have a list of stores, and then also I need to declare our sales charge contract class. Also I want to make indentation. Okay, then we have the variable like transaction variable from date and to date. Okay, then what we need to have a process report method that can be override, because now first I need to save it. Then I can go to insert override method, and then you can find here process report method. You can just override this method. Okay, so in the overridden method, just remove the super because I don't need anything from the parent class. Super will basically execute the method in its parent class. So here the contract object will be instantiated by this param data contract, and then I will cast this as PKR retail sales charge contract. The next is from date. I need to instantiate from the I need to pass the values. Then to date also I need to pass the value from the contract class. And then we have a stores list, and here we have also a param method for the stores. So the list will be return type. After this I will call this process. Then I will need to basically make another method that will be process report data, that will be also kind void, that is also access modifier private, means it is only accessible within this class. Return type is void, and the method name will be report data method. So this same method I need to call from here, not to put everything in the same method, to bifurcate it and call the method for the remaining business logic to execute. So our main business logic will go here. After the filters are being initiated, so we will basically then start our business logic here. For the business logic, what I have to do is, first of all, I need to declare various tables which I will basically use here. So first table will be retail transaction table, that I will call trans table. Then I have retail transaction sales trans table, which contains the item-wise lines. So this I will call sales trans table. And table, basically the retail transaction table is the header, and these are the lines. So if a customer comes to the point of sale, so he against his single receipt, it will be a single record here, but he can buy multiple items. So each items will have various lines in this retail transaction sales trans table. Okay, so then we have retail store view, where we'll get the store ID as well as the name of the store. So this will be retail store view. Okay, then we have also, as we have made here in the temporary table, various fields we have created. So here we have item ID, item name, and then we have category name and parent name. So for this I will need also invent table expanded view, okay. Then transaction date I will require for date manipulation, and also the retail store ID as a variable I will require, because each time a single store ID will be retrieved from the list. And then a list iterator, because the stores selection will be in the list, so I will need an iterator for iterating the names selected, names of the store selected. So here the variable name the list for the list is stores. It is here. Okay, so I have initiated the list iterator object, and then I need to have equal as category variable, and this will be category and then parent category, two variables here. And if I need the category, if I need the like region of the store, then I might need retail store locator group, but here I don't need that one. Then I have retail store table, and all our channel or stores name are in this table. So that's it. And then I need to basically iterate the name by calling iterator.more method within while loop. Okay, so this is our main while loop, and here the store ID which I have declared above will have a value, first value from the iterator.value method. So it will retrieve the store ID here, and then at the same time iterator.next will move to the next element in the list. So this is the logic for the retrieval of stores. Okay, then we need to have basic logic, and then we will basically use a set based operation for inserting the records which we need here. For that we will need insert record set into the temporary table. Okay, in this temporary table we will basically create item ID, and then we have sales value. Okay, then we have the store ID, and we have also the transaction date. Okay, for now I will select only these four, then I will slowly expand my logic. Okay, for this I need to have select statement, and then I will basically need item ID, and for the sales value I need to have here a group function, so aggregate function. So I will aggregate net amount inclusive tax field in the retail sales table, retail sales transaction table. I will just show you here. Retail transaction sale trans. In this one you will see a field here. There is a net amount, that is amount excluding the tax, and then we have net amount including the tax. So it is up to you, you want to show the amount that is gross amount or only the net amount. For this I will just need to show the net amount, because for the value of sales you don't need the tax amount, you need to only show the net amount. So for that purpose I will only select the net amount, Okay, then these two fields will be selected from the retail transaction sale trans. So the local variable here is sale trans. So then I need to have a group by function on item ID, because the other net amount is already in a aggregate function, that is sum function. So I will need to group by the remaining fields, that is here only item ID. Okay, then I need to have a join statement. From the join statement to have the store ID and transaction date from trans table. So now store ID and the transaction date will be selected from the trans table, and I will also need to put these two fields in the group by function. Okay, so group by on this, and then I need to definitely put our filters of date. So where trans table trans date is greater than equals to from date. This is one of our filter with AND gate or AND condition. Trans date is less than to date. And also store will have the value here, store ID. Okay, store ID is selected. Okay, so then we will also have to have basically to include here the only transaction which are not voided, or which are only of the sales value, because there may be many transactions that can be log off, log in transactions, multiple transactions. So we are only interested in the sales transaction. For this we need to have a few other conditions. So I will start with the brackets. Trans table entry status. Okay, this will be retail entry status of none, and we will put OR pipes or gate, and I will copy this statement to include also the posted values. So then we have also trans table type, that will be retail transaction type enum, and here we will select only the sales value, because we are interested only the sales transactions. So these are very important. Plus also remember that as a whole transaction can be voided, and as a single line it can also be voided. That is to say that within the sale trans also it can be voided. For this we need to also place here a condition, where condition that says where sales trans type let me check this. I think here we have transaction status field. So transaction status will be also the same. So this will only include the transaction which are not voided, but unposted or posted. These transaction will be available. So here we can also check in the transaction status, retail trans entry status. This is the EDT type, and that is basically extended from the same base enum. So we have also taken care here that if it should not include the voided lines. Okay, then we have the join type. We need to join the child and the parent table with the join. So on the left hand side you can see here in the relationship retail transaction table, we have on the 4 fields the join types. So we need to have this condition here. So for this trans table dot transaction ID equals to sale trans table store trans table dot channel. So these are the 4 fields on which our join is based with the sale trans and the transaction table. Okay, so now then we will need to have transaction date, store ID. So this query is completed here, but still we need to have other fields in our temporary table. For that we need to have the product name and also the category name and also the store name. These fields we need to have. So now to expand our query here, we will also include the item name and retail category name. So after transaction date, I will put item name, then I will put the retail category name, retail category parent name, and we have the store name, and we have these 4 fields I have selected for now. Okay, so to start with the item name, here I will need to have another join with the invent table expanded view. So from that I will need to have the product name, let me check the view table name, view name. Here it is view name variable is invent table expand exp. So this will be okay. Then we will need to also group by product name. Okay, then where invent table item ID and this will be with the join of sales trans item ID. So from here the name will be retrieved, and then we will retrieve the name of the category for this group by. Okay, so here we will have to have the retail category rec ID, from this is the category table and category view basically, and from this view we will have a rec ID field which will be basically joined with the event table expanded view dot rec ID category. So this is our first join, and for the parent join I prefer to copy paste the same chunk. This indentation is a little bit messy, sorry for that. I will just adjust a little bit to be readable. Okay, hopefully now it is much better. Okay, now for the parent category I will just put here the parent category view name, and this will be here parent category view name, and here it will not be event table expanded, rather than it will be the category table, and then we have here parent category rec ID. In this way both are now interlinked. What about the store name? Because we have also selected the store name. For store name, now we will join with the store table. Store table store number equals to we have here basically it will be joined with the store view. Store view is here. So first of all I will put as a store view, join with the store view. From the store view there is a field name field. This will have the store name basically. It will be grouped by name, and store view will be the view name here. This store view has store number, and then this store number will be connected with our trans table store. I think that's it for this query, and what we have else in the temporary table, let me check. Category name, parent name, staff ID and staff name is remaining. I think the rest of the fields I have covered. Staff ID, and for the staff name we will have to have okay, here the equal sign is missing, double equals. Just check for any compilation error. Okay, now for the staff name, this is little bit tricky part. HCM worker, HCM worker, Let me find a better view. So here we have the name field, and then we have a person field here. So also I think SCM person view is also a view that has only a party field. SCM worker details view contains the name field, but it does not contain the personal number. And if you go to the personal core, you have worker which contains a person and personal number both. So we will need to have a refer to the personal core here. So for this I will go to the model. Okay, then I will refer to this package called personal core. Okay, so now it should not give me the error. Okay, the error is gone, and so we'll also need here another view, SCM worker details view. This will be for retrieving the name of a worker. So here we will join worker view, and here it will be the name, same group by also on the same field. Then we will have join with HCM worker table, and this will be where HCM worker personal number equals to that will be trans table operator staff, basically staff, and we have worker view person equals to HCM worker dot person. These will be the rec ID fields. Here from keyword is missing. Worker view is not declared. So let me HCM worker details view is part of personal management, so that we need to also refer in our model. This will be personal management. Now if you go to the transaction table, the value will be in a negative. For setting up the negative value as a positive, let me find, there is some problem. Yeah, here we have basically not selected the employee name field here to be inserted. So I will just staff name also will be selected, so the number of fields will be equal. Okay, so now we have completed our iteration, and each time a store will be iterated from the selection of the stores in a list. So each time from a list, a value of a store ID is being selected, and then it is being filtered here. Where here? So it is being filtered, and the date range is also already taken from here, from and to date. In this way, this insert record set will be executed. Okay, so outside this loop, that is while loop, we need to also make our value absolute value. So it should not be the negative value. For that, what we need to do is update record set temp table. So here it is the temp table. So in the same temp table, we will be basically setting value, sales value, minus into sales value. So it will make the negative into positive. So still it is being retrieved. Okay, so this method of process report data will basically execute all the business logic. Then we need also a method for getting the temporary table. For this we need to, it is not available here, so public pkr retail sales charge temp. This is the return type, and then we have the method name starting from get and with the same temporary table name without the parameters. We will just select temp table and then return temp table in our report. So this will be the DP class method to retrieve the temp table, and the attribute SRS report data set attribute need to be as a decorator, where we will pass the table string retail sales charge TMP. This will be the temporary table name. same like this. Okay, so this is our total business logic in DP based class. We will just build it in order for to check any errors are happening or no, and then we have also a UI builder class. Okay, for the UI builder, I need to go to the UI builder, and here I will extend it with SRS report data contract UI builder. Okay, and then I need to basically declare the contract class, and then dialog field class for our various fields, from date to date, and then we have stores, then we have design by, so dialog field objects being declared. We need to have a container to hold the stores name, stores container. Okay, then I can check what methods are available to override. So first of all, I need to write the build method, removing the documentation. The build method will have contract instance to be instantiated. So this will be data contract object as PKR retail sales charge contract. This is the contract instantiation. Then we have from date, and here what we'll need to do is to add dialog field. This method will basically create the fields to display. This UI builder is basically I am writing to have the multiple selection for the stores. So for multiple selection of stores, I need to have the UI builder. Okay, so PKR retail, I will just copy the contract class name, and then the param method name, param from date, and then the object of contract class need to be passed. So I will just copy paste the same statement as many times as we have need for the parameters. So here it will be to date, and then we have the stores, then we have also design by, okay, so these are various fields, and then we need to have a lookup method for the stores for multiple selection. For that we will write private void lookup stores, form string control. The control need to be passed where we need to build the multiple lookup. Then we need to have a query object, query new. Okay, then we need to have query build data source, QBDS, to make a good indentation. Then QBDS equals to query add data source. We will be adding the data source. First of all, retail store view. Then we have QBDS add selection field, and then we need to fill the field num, store view, store num. These are the fields which we need to display when we will click the selection on the multiple choice lookup. Store view, name of the store, sys lookup, multi select grid. Okay, in that we have a lookup method where we need to pass the query which we have just built, and the control which will be passed. Also third time the control object, then the container for the stores. This is the total method for the multiple select grid as a lookup. Okay, now this method we need to basically override in our post run method. So for post run, we will override the post run, and in the post run super we don't need. Okay, here we need stores field, this dot bind info, get dialog field here, contract, method str pkr retail stores, retail sales, charge contract, and then param stores. This we have binded the dialog field with this one, and then if we see if stores is not blank, means there are values in the stores table, then just have a lookup button always. This is within the if, and then now the basic logic is stores dot register override method store here we are basically overriding the built-in method with our method, and then referring to the object which is this object. So this is our total declaration for the UI builder class. So build method will have different fields from to date, stores and design by, and then in the post run we are using our own written custom lookup method, which will show the multi selection grid for the stores, and then we are basically binding the stores here and then checking if the stores have some values. Then the lookup button will be shown, and here we have registered the overridden method. Instead of the built-in lookup, we will use our own lookup. So this is the overall strategy. I will close this, and one small change in contract which I have before informed about this, and that will be in the decorator. We need to also declare our UI builder. So separate with the comma, sys operation, contract, processing, attribute, then class str, pkr, retail, save, charge, UI builder, and now it is linked to our contract. UI builder is linked to our contract class. So now the definition of controller is remaining. The controller is used to basically define which design need to be invoked based on the selection of the end user. Okay, so here we will need to extend this with the SRS report run controller. Okay, and then we will have a pre-run modify contract method, and then we have a main method. Pre-run modify contract before running, so it will modify the parameters being passed. So first of all, here we will need to define our contract class. Okay, this dot param report contract param rdp contract as to cast it pkr retail sales charge contract. So this will be casted. Okay, then we have basically the contract class with us here. So we will check the condition. Param design equals to pkr retail sales charge design is store wise. Then you need to run this logic where we will change the design of the report, or we will say else if. So now we are not basically implementing the remaining logic, but there should be also the similar case. Here the value will be item category wise. This one we will just comment for the later implementation. So now we are only interested in the store wise. Design, and this dot param report contract param report name. This is the method where we need to just pass our but since now report is not yet finished, so we cannot pass it, but we will make the design here, and this design we will definitely, once we create the report, we will create the design. So then also we have a public static void main method, which will be the main method main entry point. So the definition will go retail sales charts controller in the instance, because this is a static method, it is not within the instance, so we will need to declare or instantiate our instance of the same class controller. Then controller dot param args will be the arguments to be passed here, and then we have controller dot param report name. This default parameter need to be passed in any case. Okay, so here it will be our the report name, which is not yet finished, and then we will have the controller to be starting the operation here. Okay, so the still remaining chunk we will finish once our report is completed. So I will just close this, and now we will move to the part of the report. So go to add the object of report. Okay, so here the report object is selected in the project wizard, add new item wizard, and pkr retail sale charts. So this will be our report name. Okay, here in the data set, simply the DP class you need to drag and drop. So it will automatically bring the temporary table fields as a temp, and then what we need to have a precision design in this case. So for the precision design, right click and add a precision design. So before that, I will just name this as report store wise. Okay, so because our design will be store wise, and then we have also category wise, which still we have not completed, but I will so now the interesting part here, for which this tutorial is or training is, right click to the design, and then you will right click and insert a chart. So this is the first time we are basically using the chart in our report. So there are various options available. You can see that there is a column, then stacked column, then we have 100% stacked column, and various different categories, and then we have line charts and shapes also, like donut, and then exploded pie chart. These are then pyramid, 3D pyramid, bar, stacked bar. So multiple options are available. So I will select here stacked column. Okay, so this is the view of the stack column. So I will drag and adjust. As per our full area of report. Feel free to adjust your report. Okay, now once you have selected, on the right hand side you will see there are options to add the chart data. So the values will definitely be the sales value here. So I will click the plus option to add the field, and the field we are interested in is the sales value. So automatically the sales value will be shown on the y-axis, and here are the legends through which the sales value will be shown. And then we have the category groups here, and here we are interested in the store ID or store name, whatever is best for you. Store ID or store name, whatever is best for you, you can select. So I will select store name here. So this is the basic data, and then in the chart title you can put the title of your chart like sales value by stores. Okay, so this is the main chart which is being selected. Now once the report is ready, I don't want to go into much detail. I will put this report store wise in my controller class, because this portion is left. So I will uncomment. Okay, and then in the report name, here I need to put the report name exactly. So the first report name, PKR retail sales charts, and then the design name. So this will be our calling mechanism when the store wise design is selected. So the design of this report which we have created, only the design report store wise will be invoked. Similarly, the same we will put here also. This will be the default design if nothing is selected. So this need to be always the case. And if we will create more design, we will put here by else if, and like category wise. So this is our controller class now. Now we need to have a menu item as well as and then also extension of a menu. So for the menu item, we will have output menu item. For this we need to go to user interface and output menu item, sales charts. Okay, so here we will put the label, retail sales charts. Okay, and also the object, we will need to have the controller as object here instead of the report. So for the controller, basically sales chart controller. Okay, so the controller is selected. Then where we need to display the where we need to display the report, the selection will be in the, go to the user interface, go to the menus, and then in the retail main. So we need to extend this, create extension, and the extension is created here. We will just put the name of the project, retail sales charts. Okay, then we'll open the menu extension, and inquiries and report menu is the best place where we can put the report. And then we have a sales report menu. So this output menu item we will place in sales report menu. Okay, so this is it. Now we will build and deploy our report. So I will just start deploy reports, and we will check how the output is being shown. So this is our report, and I will just show you from the beginning, retail and commerce, and here retail sales chart report. So just click here, and from date, and then to date parameter I have entered for 2016 because contours of data available for that time. And then you have here a grid control for multi-select of stores. This is our lookup which we have implemented. You can select all the stores, and then design by field is to select which design to invoke. Actually we now have only one design, but we will have another one for category wise and maybe also for salesperson wise to show the who is performing well. So after you click store wise, so it will take a bit to get the data to show you the bar charts. Here you can see on the y-axis you will see the sales value, and then you here in the report only few stores are being shown by default, so we need each stores to show these are different charts, but the store names are only limited to 6. So we will need this one to set also. We don't want we want the value to be shown in thousands. So these two changes we will perform. Go to the report again. Okay. Also right click in the report, go to the report properties, go and set the page size to be A4 and as a landscape, because the graphical view will be horizontal is the best view, and top margin you can reduce a bit to adjust different values. And then here you can see the legends on the y-axis. Go to the vertical axis properties, and then go to the numbers here and go to the number format and show values in thousand, millions or billions as you like. So one change we have this one. Also we don't need the decimal places. Okay, so we will remove the decimal places. The second change is when you click chart axis, that is the horizontal or x-axis, so you can open the horizontal axis properties, and not here, actually on the right hand side in the properties you have interval property. So this interval property need to be set 1. Okay, so once you set this property, then all the stores will be shown. Also you can adjust a bit here because it is going to the next page, so little bit adjust, and this will need multiple retries of deployment of the report and adjusting until what you need is shown in the report. Also show access title, and here in the access title you can just put sales value in thousands. This is a good idea. So vertically it will be shown, and horizontally or on the x-axis you will see the store names. Again I will deploy the report and I will run to see the results. Also here it is also important if we can just duplicate this design to have a sales person wise design. So for the sales person wise report, you will just need to rename report sale person. Okay, in this report you go to the report design again, and here Instead of the store name, you will put staff name. The staff name will be represented here and the values will be shown on the left hand side. Similarly, you can have another view by simply duplicating this report, and then you can have report product category. Product category wise, what you need here is simply change the y-axis category group and put here retail category name. So this will be another view, very good view. So these three now you can put under the controller class, and also you will need to add here, this will be category wise, and then you will put another element, this is sales person wise. Okay, no need to put this word wise, just remove, only put category, and this will be store category and salesperson. For salesperson, put also a label, and for the category, no need to put y, store. Okay, now go to the controller class. In the controller class, we will need to adjust here what is the name of the designs. So this will be report, make it store, and this will be salesperson, and this will be product category. So just adjust the names here. Okay, and remove this y's. Okay, put the same chunk here and another time, and put else if. Okay, so the enum value here is category. For category you have product category design, I guess, product category, and then you have design sale person, and the enum value is salesperson as well. Store category and salesperson. So three different design and three different values. Okay, so just check the design once more before deployment. This is retail category name. So categories will definitely be more, but then once you see, also another aspect is you will need to have it as a sorted way instead of having randomly. You need to have a sorting applied here. So for that, just select the chart control, and after selection you can go to the store name and category group properties, and then sorting. Here it is now sorted by store name. This one is not useful. This one is not much useful. So what we need to do, go to the functions, and here we will select the field sales value. Okay, and then we will apply aggregate function, which is sum. Okay, so sum function will be applied, and this sum sales value will be sorted by descending order, means the highest one will come first. So the same sort we can apply also in the sale person wise. Okay, go to the staff name, category group, go to the sorting and copy paste. I have copy pasted. Okay, then I will close, save. I also the product category. Okay, here also I will go to the category group property, sorting, and paste the sales value. So the highest one will show first. You can explore multiple options for the chart control. Let me deploy the report and check how it is working now. So there is a error shown. Just double click to the error, and there is no such reports because we have renamed our designs. So I will also rename here, and again start the deployment. See, now the values are being shown in thousands, and then you can have a view of all the stores, and those are also in sorted way. In this way you can see like the sales. The top performer here is Georgetown, which is having almost below than 1200,000, little bit below 1200,000, and then also second number Boston and Burlington, and then New York. Burlington is above 800, almost 900,000 sales value, excluding the tax amount. And then we have the New York. New York is having around 200,000, and then Philadelphia, and like this, and so on. So this also the exact value can be shown on the chart as well. You can explore further options. Similarly, if I can show you the other values as well. So I have selected 2016 fiscal year with all the stores being selected. Now the design by category, that is the product category wise design, I will invoke by selecting all the stores. So let's see how the data is being shown. So definitely the product categories are many, and for that it will be like this, but you can little bit adjust the graphical design graphics to show even more sensibly. So this is ascending order. Instead it should be descending order, the first one the highest, but even this one is even looking good, except the legends or the names of the product categories, and you can adjust little bit font or the graphs. So this is the for the categories, and then we can also retrieve the sale person wise sale. Let's see how it is now being shown. Now you can see this is the best one in which the sale person wise sale is being shown for the selected year 2016. For the whole year, Patrick Elliott is having the highest sales, around it is a little bit above 800,000. Then it's Frank, and then Josh, and then Dan Park, and so on. So this is also a very nice view, and also try to put all the charts in one page also. That might also be possible. In one page you can have multiple views. So also you can maybe try yourself for the top, for example, top 10 categories of the products, or a similar kind for the stores or the salesperson, as you like. So I hope this is useful, because such a report before I have not seen on Dynamics. So this can be a useful report for the analytics, just like a Power BI analytics. Thank you very much, and have a nice day.